Pisces, thank you for joining me for your tarot card reading. This is a tarot card reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Pisces, this comes to you at exactly the right time. That's why I do not put dates anywhere near these, because the astrology that we were going to go over is certainly happening at specific dates, but the time that that energy reaches you is in your hands and between you and God. So this message comes to you at exactly the right time. Please apply all the energy that I describe to the areas in your life that it resonates. There's always an extended reading that I will attach a link to at the top of the description box right below you. And then also I'll pin it to the top of the comment section so it's easy for you to find if that's easier for you. Remembering. Remembering is a big part of what you're going to be experiencing this week. This week starts off with one of the most beautiful aspects all year, because the sky is really clear of a lot of aspects, and really the predominant aspects are trines, their harmony. And their harmony with very special situations. So Jupiter, which is your traditional ruler in Pisces, which is your traditional first house, is trine to a beautiful new moon that we open this week on. And that means that Jupiter is trine to a sun-moon conjunction. There's no sense of self, an understanding of what you're right for, what you're destined for, and what your purpose is, as well as the luck and fortune that goes along to getting it. Now, a lot of luck and fortune, surprisingly, has to do with your confidence in yourself, and confidence will be extremely high in the beginning of this week. Neptune, your modern ruler, is kind of quiet, actually, with just a square to Mars in retrograde, which I think has been causing some disruption in your life, especially if you've been experiencing things like, I don't know how to get things done, or I can't figure out how to make things happen for myself, or even some brain fog with regards to, I thought I already did that, but clearly either it wasn't done completely, or the task wasn't completed the way that it was supposed to, or it wasn't done, as successfully as you thought. Those kind of things, whether it's you did them or somebody else was supposed to do them and they didn't, are going to be coming up during that kind of aspect. And this could cause a great deal of contradiction in your life, because your soul is so clear about what it's destined for and what is important to you and where you're headed, and you're getting a lot of opportunities that are coming in, and all of that is beautiful and does not change, but the execution could be blurry and unclear. You could actually be discovering that you sort of deceived yourself in the past, and that things were not done as well as you could have done them, or that people did not tell you the truth about a situation, and that you had done things based on those false sentiments. Now, what does that mean? The way that the astrology looks is there's a deep dive, Pisces, into the fact that you really have been underestimated, and not been treated or not been given the opportunities that you really deserve, or you've not taken the opportunities that you really deserve, because you were under the impression of, or you were under the influence of some sort of mentality, or you thought that you had to be something that you weren't, and so you made a decision to not take opportunities because that would have been aligned with something you weren't aligned with. And really, it wasn't that. It was just an opportunity. It was just something that could have helped you along further and faster, and that was a blessing being sent. But your own misperception made you not take it. So the wonderful thing about this week is that you will start to unravel that and see that, and those opportunities and blessings will be in front of you, perhaps things that are even better. So this is a really good time to go back and say, okay, I really need to apply my gifts and skills to these opportunities, and I'm not going to set up all these criteria for whether or not I should do something or say something or want something or desire something based on these, cockamamie schemes in my head that are really haven't done anything to help my life out or help anybody else's life out. Instead, they've just kept me back. And that's not something that I can afford anymore. Now, there will be, by the end of this week, more challenges coming from Neptune, especially in the way, and this is why I say afford. By the end of this week, there's going to be square between Neptune and Mercury and Venus. And ultimately, that could be challenges with financing travel or financing the expansion or figuring it out or finding out information that makes you realize that things go deeper and they're more challenging than you actually expected. Because Neptune can really fog that up. Neptune can really make things seem like they're one way and then they're really not. So that could really... Hopefully, let's put it this way, it works to inspire you. Hopefully, it works to motivate you to never say no to those opportunities again or any opportunities again. Because the only thing that makes it good or bad is who you are and how you treat people while you do them. That's it. And I think that you're ready now and have the strength of character now to be able to say, I'm walking into any situation and I'm just going to do my best. And your talent is so extraordinary this week, and the creativity level and what you're capable of with the gifts that you have and the intellect that you have is so rocket fuel right now that say yes to opportunity is the best advice I could give you. Let's go into the cards. They're sitting here staring at me. You got a lot of intellect, you got a lot of smarts, and you've got a lot of rationale. This is Capricornian energy. It takes action, but it takes responsible action. It also says do things by the rules, make things happen legally. So there could be something here about legality. There could be something here about kind of realizing that I don't need to work outside the law. I'm happy working within it. I don't need to work outside the system. I see a way through within the system. It's not a bad system. Everything is upright. So sort of figuring out the functionality and the ins and outs of a lot of administration, legality, making it happen. This is actually really good energy for the energy that's in the sky right now, because it makes me realize that, what it says is that you are figuring out, that all that stuff that's sort of boring or maybe non-creative or that you normally wouldn't want to look at. But that's a stereotype of you, and I shouldn't say that. It's just saying, listen, you're finding a way to be successful within the system. Spirit has your back. This also means that something systemically may have changed that had nothing to do with you personally, but now is very much working in your favor, or you're figuring out how to make it work in your favor. Then we have think on your feet. And think on your feet says you are ready for the curveballs. You are taking action, unexpected action. You are ready to do things in ways that maybe you haven't done them before. There's nothing underhanded or deceptive about Fox when he's upright. There doesn't have to be, because Fox energy is so malleable and such an exceptional improvisational energy that it doesn't have to deceive, because it's just so open-minded. It knows where to duck and weave and flip and run and charge or stop whenever he needs to. This could be about something foreign, a foreign country or a foreign nationality that you are interacting with or traveling to, making plans or setting things up or arranging something foreign or international, maybe even speaking a different language. This is a really beautiful opportunity because it's branching you out and it's helping you spread your wings in so many ways. And this could even mean some sort of scholarship or some sort of grant that you are going to be granted in order to make whatever this is happen. Okay, so that's awesome. And this is great energy too. Make your dreams real is saying that you have been working hard and weaving something. This is extremely creative energy, and it follows right in line with the extreme burst of creativity and productivity that you had last week. So it's continuing this energy of, I know exactly what I am, what I'm doing, and I'm creating, and you're just legitimately taking the ideas in your mind and you're making it happen. So all of this is telling me that you are definitely making something happen, or you are definitely arranging something, scheduling something, signing paperwork to contract something, to make something contractual. You're definitely spinning the wheels and doing the hard work behind the dreams and the concepts. Things aren't just dreams and concepts anymore. You're actually building out the strategy. You're actually getting on board the staff. You're actually making arrangements and scheduling times and, putting down payments. And there will be some challenges, definitely, especially with what's coming from abroad. Maybe different systems work different ways. So you have to be malleable and you have to be open-minded, which is not difficult for you at all. Now, even if this is impacting you for here and now, and you're not doing anything international, it's still the same thing as in you are doing something that is different or outside your realm of comfort, which is exceptional, because there is a difficult aspect between Jupiter and the South Node, which is saying, yeah, you have to expand outside of your comfort zone this week. So that could just be what the cards mean too, is that you are finding a way to function outside of the comfort zone, but not just conceptually. You're finding a way to function outside your comfort zone in terms of getting that paperwork in and filling out those applications and actually doing the practical work that comes with stepping outside of that comfort zone. And there is a level of great excitement here. I'm excited for you because the truth is you are getting shit done. And this is a beautiful week to deal with those frustrating aspects. There's no oppositions here, which are almost impossible to overcome. You just have to learn what they teach you. No, these are challenges. There's quincunx aspects between Jupiter and Neptune and other planets. There's squares, but those are just challenges. And they don't last as long, and they're moving you into getting out of the comfort zone. So whatever of these challenges are coming up, or processes, and especially with that Neptune square Mars, that, oh my God, what didn't I do? Or why wasn't this done right? Or, I have to fill out another piece of paper. Yeah, those kind of frustrating things will happen this week. But Pisces, you fucking got this. You fucking got this, and you rock this, because the truth is, every time you hit another frustration, it is an indication that you just got further along in making your dreams a reality and making whatever you're creating a reality. I think that lots of times we think that when you make your dreams a reality, where you're taking something from concept into reality, that it's this magical path that's lighted with rainbows, and it ain't. I'll tell you that right now. There's so many bumps in the road, and there's so many obstacles, and that's what it feels like. It feels like manifesting your dreams actually feels like running an obstacle course in the mud, in the rain, and snow. Like, that's what it feels like. And that's what it may feel like this week, but there is so much progress that you're making. And remember, that's why I just want you to take a second. Every day this week that you hit one of those frustrating aspects, just take a second and say to yourself, this means I'm growing. This means I'm headed in the right direction, because I'm working. It's functioning. It's happening. This is the doing of the dream weaving. And there will be times when you prick your finger. That's okay. And if you need help, ask for it. You're a Pisces. You got friends, okay? We know you do. We know you do. People love your ass. So just go ahead and ask. Ask for advice. Ask for intervention. Ask. Don't be ashamed. Don't be stubborn. I mean, you're going to be stubborn a little bit. Pisces can be very stubborn people, and you know it. And that's fine, dude. That's fine. There's also a sense, especially with that quincunx to the south node, you might be transitioning. You might be, and you are. You're transitioning from, a lifestyle that you used to lead to doing things in a different way. And so there is a learning curve. But with those beautiful aspects coming from Jupiter, it's all about learning. This is all about learning. This is all about, the grind of broadening your mind and figuring things out in a different way. And I love it. I actually love it. It's actually a very exciting energy for you. Bring love into the situation, which means, hello, ask your fucking friends for help. This means do it communally, baby. This is also something that maybe you were working on in a project or as a project with others, understanding others, opening your heart to other people's perspectives. That's the mentality of that card. Hold your vision is in reverse. At first, when this card came out, I thought maybe this is a bad thing. Maybe Pisces is losing confidence. And this could be a little bit of a warning of being too influenced by the crowd. But it can also say that listening to other people and listening to their perspectives may change your vision a little bit. And if that is happening, Pisces, on a sincere level, if that is happening where you're like, wow, I actually, before this conversation, I never saw it that way before, or other people's input is making me change my mind about what the right way is. It's not like you're going to, happy birthday, Michelle Sandygate. It's not that you're going to change your mind about wanting to do it. How to do it, I think, is how this is really going to impact you. So in terms of the how, things might change. Prepare for that. But in terms of the what, that's not going to change. Hold your vision has to do with having conviction, and you guys have plenty of that. But there's also a sense of you are getting into unknown territory and you may not know how to execute it. So that's where the self-deception can come in with the I like applying what you used to know or what you've done in the past to this situation in terms of getting it done is not going to work. And talking to people and involving and engaging a team is actually going to help you out a lot in terms of figuring out how to get this new stuff done in new ways. It doesn't mean that you're straying, and you shouldn't stray from what it is that you originally wanted. So it's not the what that will change, it's the how you get her done. Be open to that. Don't be stubborn about that, and be aware that you could be a little bit stubborn about how you were supposed to get it done. But remember, it's not the how that's important, dude. It's the what. There are so many times along your path this week that you're going to be asked to change and be malleable with just how you execute or who you're working with. So being open-minded and having that broad perspective and that ability to learn in terms of that stuff is very important for you this week. Let's get into the details. That's your general reading, guys. We're going to get into them deets. So you're working with industry. You're working with traditionalists. You're working with people who... This is a Taurus. This is the Hierophant. You could be working with somebody you're about to get married to. This could be deciding a marriage in some ways, or laying out the legalities, and maybe you thought you'd never get married, or maybe just you're working out the odds and ends of where your relationship is headed, because every long-term relationship like marriage has to change. If things don't change, they die. And that's the problem that a lot of people don't realize. You have to change with your partner. Now, this could be also financing or scheduling an actual event or an actual wedding. And that's what I'm trying to talk about. Like, even if you're not getting married, follow the metaphor with me here, Pisces. The sense of just the sense of when you're planning a wedding, you have all these, oh my God, it's so perfect in your mind, but actually scheduling it and working it out and getting things done and finding all the stuff is actually a hell of a lot more stressful. And you never imagine the stress, but it's getting done. But it's working, but it's functioning, but it's good. Now, this could also be some sort of celebration or forming a team within an industry. And also, that is going to have lots of bumps. But here, everything's on the up and up. Whatever you're dealing with, if you're dealing with an industry or you're dealing with, somebody very traditional or somebody that has worked here for a long time, they're good. They're on the up and up, and they're wanting to help you, and they appreciate your work. So it's just like getting things done. It's just like working through, I feel like it's just working through the paperwork. The Queen of Pentacles is here too. You might be dealing with a female Taurus or somebody with, or a feminine Taurus. Somebody who definitely likes to put their whole self in and lay all the money on the line and spend a lot. So because Neptune is going to be square, I gotta say this, I gotta tell you the astrology, because Neptune is at the end of this week is going to end up square to Venus. You might want to watch how much you spend. You might want to have somebody else looking over your books and looking over your shoulder, because with Neptune square Venus, you may find that you've already overspent money, that there's money not there that you thought there was because it went out and you didn't realize it, or that things are more expensive than you thought they were, and so things could cost more. In some ways, they could also take longer to arrange because you need more time to save. Whatever it is, go with the reality of the situation and not with the ideal when it comes to finances, because with Neptune square Venus, there could be a lot of sort of deception, self-deception when it comes to how big your banking account is and how big your budget is. So just be, now I'm not saying intentional deception, like somebody's intentionally trying to, steal money from you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, thinking your bank book is bigger than it is. You know what I'm saying? Overspending. So just watch that and be aware of that. And if you have to, definitely ask for other people's help in order to help you with that, because that's actually functioning really well this week. Now, we're going to get into the details, Pisces. I hope that you will join me for the extended reading. That link is below. As I toss these cards, let's keep going. I'll see you in the extended.